No.
Honestly, with this one.
She goes, he's very handsome. I said, I know. he got her first impression rose and her last rose when he proposed on the season finale of The Bachelorette. You just saw it right there. Please welcome the engaged couple, Becca and Garrett. Congratulations. Have a seat.
Thank you.
So, did you, we were just talking about getting the first impression rose, did you have a feeling then that you'd be here now?
I did not have a feeling then that I'd be here now. No, I didn't.
He didn't even know what that rose was. He was like, what does this mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah. I mean, I never really watched the show before, but I knew that was part of it. The first impression rose was a part of it, but I thought there were so many great guys there that night that I was so in disbelief that I was the one to get the first impression rose.
Oh, he's so humble. I like him.
I know. He's a keeper.
This is good.
Right?
Yeah. And you're both beaming.
Yeah. My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, this is
She
great.
makes me smile and laugh all the time.
Listen, we're going to get into some of the tough stuff you had to put us through last night. But what would you say, Becca, is the most challenging part about the whole thing after going through it now?
Ooh, it's just, I mean, so much goes into it because being on this side, you go on date after date after date. And I think for me, it was just trying to stay present in every conversation. There's a lot to remember from all the guys. And so it was just keeping all of their information straight, their background. So like at one point, I was like, oh, so Garrett, your middle name is Michael and your birthday is July. He's like, no. So, yeah.
Oops.
Super close.
I remembered your name though.
Yeah.
When I'm watching,
I have so many questions.
Me too. When I was, there you are, and Garrett, forgive me for a second, it's my job. So you're there with Blake, and the guy is soaking wet. He's dripping with sweat, and he's going down this path of beautiful speech, and I can see you're listening, but your wheels are turning, and then you break up with him. I felt bad for him. Is that hard to do?
It was so hard, and like those last couple guys that went home, I never wanted to hurt anyone because I knew how it felt. And so, I mean, that last goodbye was by far the hardest thing. But the sweating, I mean, it's really hot there. I was sweating too. I felt like I had just stepped out of the shower. I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna come and propose. And I'm just like, yeah.
Right.
It was hot.
It was hot.
It felt great in a black suit.
I said to Sophia, it's like, I realized watching The Bachelorette when the men are giving these beautiful speeches, like how bad I must be at communicating in a relationship because you articulated such wonderful things. Do you have to memorize all of that?
No, it just comes right off the top of my head. Usually, it's funny you say that because I feel like I don't articulate very well. And sometimes I have a tough time with my words. And I actually expressed that to her on the show, is that it was harder for me to get out how I was truly feeling sometimes. So.
But he's so good at writing down his feelings. So after we were engaged right away, he showed me his journal and he had all of these notes of everything that he wanted to hit during that proposal. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
It's just the fact that a dude has a journal. That's a great sign.
This is a great communication. Yeah.
I mean, he's a keeper.